In this video we're going to look at the cumulative frequency in a bit more detail to make sure we really understand it and not just plotting it following some procedure. So a lot of these questions are going to be interpreting a cumulative frequency graph. Two cumulative frequency graphs have already been drawn here for boys and girls. They would have been drawn using a table, and you should be able to generate the table from the graph, so working in reverse. So what would the table look like? Let's look at the boys first of all. The table would be recording the scores. You'd be doing a tally or a frequency of the scores. So there's going to be an F there. And once you know the frequencies, you then want to work out the cumulative frequency. So you can plot the cumulative frequency against the upper limit of the score. The score, first one, no one got below 0. And it looks like it's gone up in 10. Looks like it's gone up in 10. So I'm going to say 10. S for score. So 0 to 10, then it would go 10 to 20, 20 to 30. I'm trying to fit in too much here. 30 to 40, 30 to 40. Sorry, I'm writing with what looks like a crayon here, so it's just really difficult. I've ordered a better pen. Okay, so that's what the groups are, and you can see in the first one, if you go from the group 0 to 10 for the boys, it's up at 18. 18 is a cumulative frequency there. So that means 18 people, 18 boys scored 10 or less. So actually in that first group there were just 18. If we go up to 20 then, score of 20, we get 41 it looks like. So if we put in 41 for the cumulative frequency, that must mean between 10 and 20, if you do 41 minus 18, that gets you 23. So there must have been 23 people in that group who got between 10 and 20 to boost the cumulative frequency from 18 to 41. The next group, they end up at 30. The boys is now at that's 70, so 70, 68, 67. So the cumulative frequency 67, it must mean in that group there were 26 boys. And the next one we've got 40, and that brings you to, for the boys, 98. So quite a lot of people in there. That gives you 31. And there must be 100 altogether. So that means 2 in the final group. We're now going to analyse the graph, which is a good job because I've just noticed that the last group only goes as far as 45, not 50. If you notice there, 45 is where the last one is. So nobody gets above 45 as a score. Now you could have put 50 there. 50 wouldn't have been wrong actually, but we actually know more than that. It's actually 45. No one gets above 45. There would be still 2 people in the group 40 to 50, if truth be told, but that wouldn't be the right way to go about it. Now let's look at this graph. What happens to it? You notice actually it's got a very steep section, and then it's also got the least steep section here at the end. So when it's not steep, that means there's not many people in that group to boost the cumulative frequency up. So there's a 2 there, very small amount of people in that group, so that means the cumulative frequency isn't rising very much, so it's very shallow. When it's at its steepest, like sort of around here, that correlates with having a high frequency. There's a lot of people in the group 30 to 40, which means it's very steep between 30 and 40. Okay? So where it's steepest, it means there's a high frequency of people in that area. Where it's very shallow, it means there's not very many people in that area. Okay? If we then look at the girls. Okay, so for the girls, if you look at the first section there, nobody got below 0, obviously. Then up to 10, we've got 8. So 8 girls got 10 or below, or i.e. there were 8 people in that first group. On the next one, you'll see at 20, the girls, there were 21 girls who got 20 or below, which must mean there were 13 people in that second group, 13 girls. When we go to 30, we've got 44, which means there are 23 in that group. Next one at 40, we have way up to 91, which gives us 47 in that group, and then 100 at the end, which means there are 9 in that last group. So let's compare. 18 boys were in the first group. 18 boys got between 0 and 10, and only 8 girls got between 0 and 10. How do we see that on the graph? Well, you can see the girls is a lot more flat there. It's not as steep. The boys is steeper because there's people in that group, which is making the cumulative frequency rise up. The girls' cumulative frequency is not rising up very much because there's not very many girls in that group. Okay. However, there'll be a change, and when you look at the bottom here, one from last, there's 47 in the group 30 to 40, only 31 in this group. So how does that look in the graph? Well, because there's 47 to 31, the girls should be a lot steeper, and it is, than the boys at that stage. Okay, so the girls is rising from 44 to 91. The boys is rising from 67 to 98. The girls are steeper, which means there's more in that group. So wherever the graph is steepest, that indicates where there's more people in the group. Okay, and even at the end, there's 9 girls in that last group, so that bit's steeper, and the boys was only 2 in that group, so it wasn't very steep at all. So if we summarize, we can say the steepness indicates the frequency, and the frequency will then have a knock-on effect. If there's a high frequency, that increases the cumulative frequency. Now, very roughly, I'm going to draw a box plot for these two, and it'll also show us where the frequencies lies, where there's most people getting certain scores and so on. The boys got a minimum of 0, so did the girls. So I'm just trying to keep the same scale roughly as whatever's here. Just going to go vertically down. The highest score for both of them, 45, looks like the maximum for the boys and the girls. The median will be the middle number. So if the cumulative frequency is 100, the middle person would be at the 50 mark. So for the boys, that's 24. So try and be as accurate as you can. The girls, now obviously you should be using a ruler and all. With this application, it's just not practical. For the girls, you would go across to the girls line. It's a bit further on. Takes you down to about 31.5. If we had the upper quartile, that would be 75 mark. So 50, 70 in here. Trying to do this with a crayon is so difficult. It's not actually on that line, it's one below it. But anyway, the upper quartile for them is slightly higher than the girls, just over so slightly. And then the girls' upper quartile is here. The lower quartile then would be at 25, which is here. So that's 15 for the boys. And for the girls, that is just shy 24, round about there. Okay, so if we join all this up, we put the middle 50% into a box, and then the whiskers is the bottom 25% and the top 25%. So what can we see there? We can see, you can probably see a lot more from the box plots, to be honest. When you're out looking for like who did better, when you look at the cumulative frequency graph, it's probably not entirely obvious. It's great to have this median here. Straight away you can say the girls perform better than the boys because their median was higher. Okay, the range in both of them is going to be the same, 0 to 100. However, actually, that's if I was looking at how spread out the scores are, I would say the girls' score is more concentrated. They're getting the same scores more often. There's less spread in the girls because their interquartile range is smaller. Their middle 50% is a smaller difference than the interquartile range for the boys. So I would say there's actually less spread in the girls' score. The girls are more consistently scoring higher as well. Okay? Okay, now we're going into the real fine detail, so try and stay with me. This is touching your A star sort of work now. When you've got 25% like the girls, there's 25% of the people, but they're spread over a big range. That means that the gradient can't be that steep. Okay? So the first 25% of the girls is spread over a large area, large range of values, which means it's not going to be steep. Because this 25% was, look at their smallest 25%, it's here. And look at the graph, that's where actually the graph is at its steepest. Okay? That's the longest, the widest 25%. That's where the graph for the girls is the most shallow. Okay? The boys' gradient sort of is up and down a bit, but it's quite similar for lots of it. So it's really 25% are all roughly the same size. Not easy enough to see in that graph the differences, but definitely for the girls, where the smaller 25% are, that means the people are concentrated in that area. So you've got 25% of the people just stuck in that wee area there, which means it's going to rise up quickly on the graph. Whereas you've got 25%, same amount of people here as in here, but because they're spread over such a larger range, the graph doesn't have to rise as quickly. It can do so slower over a longer range. Okay, we're going to look at a cumulative frequency graph of cycling speeds. And just before you go into the questions, try to get yourself an understanding of what's going on. So we've got a cumulative frequency graph. It starts at 5. That means that there's nobody cycling at a speed less than 5 kilometers. So a cumulative frequency graph doesn't always start off at 0, 0. Because nobody was in the group 0 to 5, it started off at 5. Okay? And what I can see is, looks like some people were travelling quite slow. Looks like more people were travelling around this speed because it's steepest, and not very many people were travelling this speed because it's quite flat. How many cyclists were travelling between 20 and 25 kilometers per hour? Well, if we go to 20 kilometers per hour, which is here, and read off, if we go up that line, and read across, we get 32. If we go to 25 and read up in 25, we get 48. Now that means there were 32 people who travelled less than 20 kilometres or less, these 32 people here. And then we've got these amount of people here, which add up together to give 48 in total, travelled less than 25. So 48 travelled 25 kilometres or less, and 32 travelled 20 or less. It'll be the difference in the two, which were travelling between 20 and 25. So the answer for that is 48 minus 32 equals 16. Okay? Part B. The cycle zone had a speed limit of 20 kilometers per hour. How many were breaking the speed limit? So again, if we go to the key number is 20, and we go to 20 kilometers per hour, we can see there's 32 people there. Now what does that 32 mean? The 32 people means that those 32 people travelled 20 kilometres or less. The 32 represents all of these people here, travelling 20 kilometres or less. So it's actually anyone above this, they're the ones that are breaking the speed limit. So from the 32nd person up until this last person, which is at 54. So 54 is the key there, it's your maximum. So how many were breaking the speed limit? 54 minus, well, there's 54 people, 32 weren't breaking the speed limit, they were going less than 20 kilometers per hour, and that leaves you with 22 people breaking the limit. Right, part C. On another day, out of 54 cyclists, so it's the same amount of cyclists as the last day, there were less cyclists travelling slowly and more going faster. Plot a possible graph for this day. So if there's less people travelling slowly, so instead, well, you'd have to have still 5, 0. But if there's less travelling slowly, then maybe the graph's a bit lower than that one, a bit lower there, and then just a bit lower. But then, if the speed limit was 20, and it says more, we're going faster. So less cyclists going slowly and more going faster. Then for the faster, it's going to have to be higher up. That doesn't necessarily mean that it has to be straight away above the blue line. It just means that it has to be steeper than the blue line. So if the blue line goes from 32 to 48 in this section, a difference of 16, this would have to be rising by more than 16, and that the rise has to be bigger each time. Okay? So you're looking at a steeper rise, so maybe something like so, and then like so, like so. So shallower, but then steeper. Okay? If we were to really exaggerate that, we could say basically nobody's sort of travelling around at slowly, and then they're all travelling really fast. That would probably, that would also get you the mark, to be honest.